5 common bad habits that ruin relationships. Whether you are single or in a relationship, you should know about the 5 common bad habits that ruin relationships. These habits can be detrimental to your relationship, and you should try to avoid them as much as possible. If you are unsure about whether or not you are doing any of these bad habits, you should seek help. Silent treatments. Whether you're dealing with a new partner or your spouse, silent treatments can ruin your relationship. They can cause a lot of pain and can leave important issues unresolved. Taking a deep breath and trying to communicate in a constructive way can help you get your point across. Being ignored can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression. You might even start to doubt yourself and your ability to handle things. A partner who gives you silent treatment might not be malicious. They may be trying to avoid conflict. They also might have been the victim of emotional abuse. Using silence is not only abusive, it is unhealthy. It can lead to physical side effects, including erectile dysfunction, urinary problems, and anxiety. While the silent treatment may be temporary, it can cause irreparable damage to your relationship. You may want to consider couples therapy to find ways to break this pattern. Silent treatment is also a difficult habit to break. It is a form of ostracism, which is when one person tries to shut out another. It is a tactic used by passive people to avoid conflict. It can also be used by aggressive people to punish others. In order to handle the silent treatment with dignity, you need to understand how it works. You should also know what to do to respond to it. You should learn how to respond appropriately to this form of ostracism and what you can do to help your partner move forward. You should also make sure to eat a healthy diet, exercise regularly, and surround yourself with positive people. This will help you maintain your mental health and help you deal with problems in the future. Stonewalling. Often, a stonewalling partner will try to avoid emotional discussion and problem solving. This can be harmful to your relationship. A therapist can help you and your partner develop healthy communication techniques. In some cases, the stonewaller may have an underlying issue. They may feel they don't have the emotional strength to deal with a situation. In other cases, they may be using the behavior as a way to control their partner. A therapist can help you and your partner understand how stonewalling works and how to overcome it. It can also help you reprogram your communication habits. The best way to deal with a stonewalling partner is to acknowledge their behavior. Let them know that their behavior is hurting your relationship and that you're willing to do something about it. You can also acknowledge the fact that your relationship will come to an end if this behavior continues. You can also counteract stonewalling by focusing on positive interactions. These interactions should include displays of affection, empathy, interest, and humor. You can also practice physiological self-soothing. This involves visualizing a safe place. This can be a dreamscape or a safe place in your past. If your relationship is in dire need of help, you may want to seek professional help. A therapist can help you and your partner understand how to cope with stonewalling and other common relationship problems. If you can't afford a therapist, there are some simple things you can do on your own. The best way to counteract stonewalling is to be compassionate and understanding. You can use this time to discuss your feelings and show your partner that you are willing to work through your problems. Gaslighting. Often abused by narcissists, gaslighting is one of the most common bad habits that ruin relationships. It can be emotionally draining and can also affect mental health. Gaslighting involves a person who uses deception to gain control over another person. Oftentimes, gaslighters are unaware of what they are doing. They will blame others for their behavior or make excuses for their actions. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse and can affect relationships, mental health, and productivity. It can also be used to isolate a victim from friends and family. Gaslighting is a practice that often starts out as a fling or a fairy tale romance. It can be a difficult process to break out of, especially if the gaslighter is seasoned at manipulating their partner. However, if you're aware of what gaslighting is, you can save your relationship. Gaslighting is a form or emotional abuse that can cause a victim to become confused and may even lose their sense of self. The gaslit partner will use deception, and the victim will be left confused, angry, or even sad. Gaslighters will make you feel guilty about your behavior, and they will tell you that your family is ashamed of you. They will also deny things they've said. They will then try to shift the blame to other people and say they've misunderstood you. Gaslighting is a manipulative practice that is often used by narcissists to control their partners. In order to break free from gaslighting, you must learn to look at your own actions and statements in an objective manner. You can try to take a step back from the relationship and learn to recognize your own perception. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath and reassess your situation. If you feel you're in danger, seek out a trusted support system, a mentor, or a third party who can help you. Lying. Whether you are lying about your own life or about your relationship, there are some ways to deal with it. You may need to work with a therapist or family member to help you stop your dishonesty. Lying is one of the most common bad habits that ruin relationships. It is a habit that can destroy relationships even when it is not noticed. Whether you are lying about something small or something bigger, the consequences are almost always greater than the benefits. In order to break this habit, you need to work on it every day. Lying about something big is harder to break than a small lie because the consequences are bigger. It can take years to repair a relationship that has been broken by a lie. When you are in a relationship, it is important to remember that honesty is always better than lying. The more honest you are, the better the relationships will be. Having a good relationship is a lifelong process. Keeping your name and honesty can help strengthen the bond between you and your partner. If you are unable to do so, you may need to seek couples counseling. Lying about your own life or about your relationship is a habit that can ruin relationships even if it is not noticed. You need to identify the situations where you may be tempted to lie. You also need to think of alternative ways to respond. Taking someone for granted. Taking someone for granted is a bad idea. The best thing to do is to show your partner some love and appreciation, which in turn will make your partner feel good. The most important component of any relationship is trust, so show some appreciation. The simplest way to do this is to give your partner a little space and allow them to move about without the interference of a fidgety partner. This will lead to happier and healthier marriages and relationships for years to come. One way to show your partner some love is to tell them that you appreciate their efforts. The best way to do this is to let your partner know that you are interested in their achievements and achievements. Taking your partner for granted will lead to more stress, less productivity, and less overall happiness. Likewise, the more you show them, the more they will reward you for their efforts. The best way to do this and get their attention is to give them a small gift or to buy them a gift card of their choice. This can be done in a variety of ways. One of the easiest ways is to buy them a small gift card or treat and give it to them to open on their own.